Okay, welcome or welcome back to Kimbo's Crafts. I am Kimbo and this is my channel where I go over all things crafts, really. Supplies, projects, those sorts of things. I will be posting every week on Wednesday, so stay tuned for the next video and go back if you're just joining me, because this is the second to last of my Eevolution project really. So what I've been doing, if you haven't been staying tuned, go ahead and go back like I said. But what I've been doing is taking these watercolor prints that my husband has got for me at a convention a couple of years ago. I have in the description the artist in case you want to look into getting any of these yourself or just looking into more of their work, because I can't take credit for it. I do think it's brilliant though. So what I've been doing is taking the art pieces and pairing them with the Pokemon cards that they go with, and just little things that are reminiscent of that evolutions element, what are called energies. So this here is Flareon. Now Flareon is one of the original 151. If you don't know what that means it's the original set, at least the set that came to America. Not exactly positive on my Pokemon history of whether or not there was a different original in Japan first, but the set that I'm aware of, because I'm here in America, there was Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon. I've already done Jolteon and Vaporeon in previous videos. You can go back and see. And now it's time for Flareon, which I think is one of my favorites. I keep saying that, I think, more than once, but I just really love how fluffy and fox-like Flareon is. I'm not really a pyro, so to say, or someone who's really interested in fire, but I do like the fire Pokemon. I think it is a very strong element. It's a very obvious one. It goes so well pairing with water, which of course it's weak to. And so it's one of those strong elements that you would find in most things that are elemental themed. So Flareon is the fire evolution to Eevee. I think you evolve it with a Firestone even. So with that, I will be using the Fire Energy card, and then I've got all foils here, an original, or not original, but an Eevee from 2015, so pretty older. I do think this is an old coloring picture, or the coloring on it, the printing of it is just really dark, because Eevee, if you haven't been staying tuned, is usually a little bit more tan. So this is a really interesting looking Eevee card to me. And then I've got the Flareon and the Flareon V, because I have all of the V's in each of these layouts, and so obviously it's got to stick that. I will also be using the DCWV cardstock that I have been using throughout the entire project. This one is actually, there was no red. There was no real strong red, which I found a little disappointing. So I'm going to go with orange. And the orange, there was also yellow, but Jolteon is using yellow, so I couldn't use that one. But yellow, red, and orange are all part of fire, so I'll be bringing that into the layout. And then as I said, we've got this beautiful foiling, which is, I'm trying to do foiling on all of them, but I wish it was a little different, I suppose, a little bit more fiery. So we're going to try to punch it up a little bit by distressing the cardstock cutout I have from the Jolteon page. So without further ado, this is a distresser. It's not an expensive one. There's probably many out there on the market. This is one that I think I got for maybe $5 from Michael's, my favorite craft store, especially in the area. Let me know in the comments if you're as obsessed with Michael's as I seem to be, but they have yet to do anything wrong, in my opinion, and I can save so much money. So this is a distresser. It comes with different blades around the wheel that you can use to drag along the pages. It causes quite a bit of paper debris. So funny enough, I recently changed my mat, if you haven't noticed, to this beautiful felt background. I thought it would go better with my projects and be less flashy, shiny, and distracting. So I also love the way it feels, but I'm going to imagine I'm going to have to stop and clean up quite a bit, because we are going to create paper snow with this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to distress the page just so I don't have this really sharp edge, because fire is much more rough, unpredictable. It's not straight and linear. One reason why I'm not too excited about the background foiling on this one, it's much more hair-like, which I think is why I like the fluffy texture they get away with Flareon. So I'm going to rough up the page here and then put it off to the side. After that, I'm going to stack my cards. We're gonna go with a bit of a layout, something like that. And then I have a sticker. This one's really off colored or really sharp colored, but I will work in the sticker because you always have to have your stickers, right? Especially when you're doing any sort of scrapbooking project. So let's start with the roughing up of the background. I'm going to select a mid-grade. What you do is you hold it to the page, and I wish I'd laid down paper for an easier cleanup, and then you drag it towards you. All right, now that is my distress texture. As you can see, got a little bit of lint. Try to keep it on there for easy disposal. But I went with I moved back and forth between the, I would say, third, maybe fifth setting, for lack of a better term, and I think that really roughed it up pretty good. So I'm going to clean up my workspace real quick. Time warp. Okay, now, thanks for coming back. Gonna have to vacuum again. I will go ahead and start attaching things. I am still using my Tombow tape runner, mostly because I haven't gotten the refills for the other one that I was using before, the Elmer's tape runner. Now, something that came up in an earlier video, this tape does not stick to the glossy exact fit sleeves that I have my cards in. Something to note from earlier videos, all of my cards are in exact fit sleeves. It's something that collectors often use to keep them protected, but it also helps me if I in the future want to trade any of these cards out, remove them, anything like that. They're not permanently stuck in because you never know, maybe there's another one that comes out. Maybe I want to refresh things. This eevee bugs me, it's too dark. Whatever the purpose, I can always change them out. But this tape runner did not stick to those sleeves. It was just too glossy. No matter what I did, I couldn't get it to stick. Previous experience, I do know that the Elmer's one works. I have yet to get over to Michael's, my favorite, and not a sponsor, although one day that'd be amazing. So I haven't been able to get over to Michael's to get the Elmer's refill. I do have the Tombow. I'll be using the Tombow for everything but those. Because I don't have the Elmer's, I'll be using the squares, the adhesive squares that I always keep on hand. This is Scotch brand. They're fantastic for photos, all sorts of scrapbook mounting. They are a little bit tedious because you have to pick off one at a time, but they help in a pinch. So I will be using those for this and the Tombow tape for the other options. And so stick with me as I tape these all down. Okay, welcome back. Now I'm just cleaning up again. Still getting paper lint from the scuffing of the side page there. I'm going to move some things around just slightly so maybe we can see some more of that rough edging. But these are the paper square covers. So it comes in a strip, you take off a square, you apply it, and then you take off the other side of the backing so everything doesn't stick together till you're ready for it to do that. It's actually a really quick, easy cleanup in my opinion. Like I said, it can be kind of tedious if you're used to the tape runner and you've got lots of area to cover, but they are so good at mounting and you're able to lift and re-stick. So something I forgot to mention earlier is that all of these are 8x8, so I used a paper pad that had pages that were, let's see, 12x12. So most of the paper pads I purchase are usually 12x12. That way I can use them for my scrapbooking books, which are usually, I purchase the 12x12s, but on the occasion, you might need to cut them down. So it's better to just go bigger so you can adjust them as needed when the time comes. These, I really liked the brand and the foiling and the different variety of colors on the pastel end. I thought it would work really well for this project, except for the lack of red. or anything close to red. So I just took those and I cut them down. I'm not sure if you can actually find an 8x8 paper pad. I know you can find 6x6. So if you wanted to somehow do even smaller condensed pages, you could do that if you didn't want to cut them down. Anyway, I purchased a set of 9 frames, which is perfect because there's 8 evolutions and of course 1 eevee, the basic that they start from. And so I got a set of 9 exactly the same frames that are 8x8. So I cut these to fit. And you only lose about maybe a quarter of an inch on the side, so I've been able to go pretty far out with it. So that's just a refresher on how things have been laid out. Now, of course, we've got our sticker here, which I'm going to put towards the bottom to help hold down this one. But again, all of these can be accessed. Also unstuck because I'm not using any permanent glue. It's just the acid-free scrapbooking tapes that are available on the market. Let me know, by the way, if you're interested in learning more about the different tapes on the market. I have used quite a bunch. There's also glues. I have many of them because maybe I get them to try them out and then I don't use them again, or I just keep many on stock because it's nicer to have a bunch available so I don't have to go out mid-project and buy some like I need to do with my Elmer's tape runner refill. So here we go. This is the Flareon result here. It's pretty simple. I do wish that maybe I'd gone a little wider on that cut, but we still get the idea across. And then, yeah, I think that's good. And then something to stay tuned for. The last one will be one of the most popular evolutions I think of all time, and I'm really excited for it. I'll be trying something a little bit new, a different kind of paper cutting style. We're going to go a little bit extra with it, so stay tuned. That'll be in 2 weeks. Again, like I said, I post videos every week on Wednesday. My next video, because I'm kind of trying to do a craft with me versus another kind of thing at the same time. I'm trying to stagger them. So the next video will be a different kind of craft, and then I will finish it up. So come back in 2 weeks and then we'll see how it all looks together on the wall. Like I said, there's 9, so I have a nice tile situation on the wall. Thank you.